It's May 2024, and before I get into the topic of this video, I just want to address some things about my content. Now, as many people have noticed, that I did 4 trailers for a video that was coming out at the end of last month, and I wasn't trying to imply that this video was anything grand or spectacular or anything. However, because I did mention it in comments on other people's videos that I would be doing a video on a specific topic of woo-woo, I thought I would just do trailers to say, yes, this is coming up, and maybe drawing some attention for people who like that specific topic. And that's about it. I've had some kind of mixed reviews on doing trailers, but it is what it is. So I'm not one of these people that, for example, have something to say and I want to say it now, like as a descriptive on impulse. Some people do, a lot of people do actually, those kind of videos, and well, that's them, not me. And most of the times my videos are scheduled in advance, and I have videos scheduled far in advance for certain reasons. But anyway, I digress. Not just on this platform, but on other platforms. So there you have it about the trailers for that video, and that's that. I've also done shorts lately highlighting specific elements of my story from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And the whole idea with the shorts with that is I have a lot of content and I show a plethora of independent evidence over many years. So I wanted a way to be able to highlight certain things to get people's attention, to maybe remind people, because that story has been going on for over a decade there alone. And that's really why I've been doing shorts, just to highlight elements of my story. And again, over the many years, I've provided a plethora of independent evidence to support everything that I've said. And people, if they want to, they can start looking for those videos and understanding everything better. Now, what I want to talk about now, for well over a decade since I've been online, providing online content, from time to time I will highlight, for example, nonsense by people. And I'm just going to stop here for a moment and segue, which is related. I do have a lot of positive comments over the many years, and I'd like to thank these people for their positive comments. It means a lot to me. Not to imply that negative comments impact me at all. They don't. But anyway, I just want to say thank you to everyone giving me positive comments. Going back to the nonsense, it doesn't affect me, it doesn't bother me, and most times, especially when I leave the last word, as I stated before over many years, I don't even bother going back to see what last comment someone had made or may have made. I'm done. There's no point of going on with it. And it's interesting how, depending on how I lead into leaving people with the last comment, how unintelligent they are to understand what that actually means, and then they still reply. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that. But this video here is mainly, I wouldn't want to say it's a reply to some negative comments in a comment section of someone else's video. But I think one of the biggest issues, especially now online, trying to post comments without them disappearing pretty much instantly, is not being able to communicate freely with other people. And other people were saying that in this example I'm about to show here, that they were trying to reply to me about myself, and their comments disappeared, which is interesting. So this is really what inspired my, as a descriptive reply to these comments. And most of those comments I didn't even see until someone else replied, and then we had some dialogue back and forth, and I wasn't gonna waste my time trying to have a conversation in print. But I really find it interesting that, or how, for example, people are just so wrapped up into delusions and lies. And they may, for example, in this case, think, well, I follow politics, and they're right up to speed with everything, thinking that they're one up on everyone, or at least myself, not knowing anything about me or what I'm trying to say or where I'm coming from. And then through print, there's a lot of things said that are misinterpreted, and it just goes crazy. We even see that when we're, for example, texting our friends with text messages, but with friends, at least, they'll come back and say, hey, what did you mean by that? Or they already know what you're trying to say. And then you have people responding in a way that they would never dare say those words to your face. And I've talked about this over the years. So really, what I'm about to share here is more inspired by the fact that there's no longer open dialogue available for people to express themselves or share information, in this case, comment sections of online content. So that's what inspired that here. So again, these types of comments don't bother me. Negative or negativity doesn't bother me. I just usually ignore it and realize the source of who's making these comments, the types of people behind them. And it's interesting, and I've highlighted this over the years as well. We see, for example, liberal social justice warrior types and how they react, and they react on motion and insults and even at times violence. And the people that these types are opposing do the same thing. They react the same way by emotions when you start to question or challenge or try to explain something that's beyond their life experience, personal or professional, or beyond their knowledge base or anything. And I realize for a lot of people, part of the problem is when they realize, for example, in what we just seen here, when they realize that their efforts did absolutely nothing, but their recollection and their romanticization of whatever they thought they were doing just manifested into something that is not true, and then try to highlight, hey, hang on a second, back up. And that negativity, as a descriptive, really comes from their own realization. And when they point the finger at me, accusing me of stuff, they're really projecting themselves. That's the world we live in. And I just want to finish off by saying, especially in recent times, I've stated how I regret trying to help the commoner, because this is the type of thing that I faced for a long time. You have people mocking, ridiculing, blocking, you name it, because they are unable to see the truths, the facts, just like the people that they're opposing. Anyway, for whatever it's worth, hopefully you get something out of this. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Listen to this and write it down if you can't remember it. You're never going to outgrow warfare. You simply must learn to fight. I hear people saying to me, oh, when is it going to get easier? When you die.